Quantum is managing 700 million worth of assets. According to Franklin Templeton, XRP is a crucial component of the global settlement system. How long can BlackRock remain silent as XRP is led by prominent investors like Franklin Templeton? What may we expect in the near future? I wish to share the most recent information with you. Merrick of Ripples has also provided us with fresh information. A wealth of information regarding ETFs, our predictions for the price of XRP according to the current demand for ETFs, and much more. Guys, don't hesitate to discuss it. I appreciate you being here. According to Nate GY, XRP is a crucial component of the global settlement system, according to Franklin Templeton, a $1.7 trillion asset manager. This is a rather intriguing line. We don't have to make them listen to this at this moment. This is what Franklin Templeton tells their customers. All right? Franklin Templeton's financial specialists assist people with their finances. That's what Franklin Templeton does. Additionally, they claim that XRP is unquestionably among the greatest digital investments available. I haven't seen them state that Ethereum is an essential component of global settlement infrastructure. They may have mentioned this before, but it's not being discussed at the moment. Additionally, it states that it will be fascinating to observe how the world's largest asset managers draw boundaries around various cryptocurrency assets. For example, BlackRock does not invest in XRP ETFs. I find this to be incredibly fascinating. Ethereum and Bitcoin are activities that BlackRock entered into at the request of their clients. There is competition between some of the largest financial firms, such as BlackRock and Franklin Templeton. When people start selling things they don't have and people start sending money to Franklin Templeton to buy those items, I believe BlackRock will experience the same kind of pressure. Then BlackRock exclaimed, "What? If we don't do this, we'll lose money." Let's begin by providing you with some examples. We discussed this, and I'm not sure if you watched the film in which I demonstrated how. Some of Franklin Templeton's partners are wealthy. These are important individuals. The Copenhagen Infrastructure Partners have roughly $37 billion. In fact, they have allocated almost $16 billion for long-term infrastructure. An essential partner for institutions is the Digital Bridge. Some of the businesses I've heard of include ClearBridge Investment, Royce Investment Partners, Small Cap Equities, Western Asset Management Company, Fixed Income, Lexington Partners, and Private Equity Co-Investments. Over and above. In the framework for global settlement, 13,000 FI financial firms with connections to Franklin Templeton are now promoting the same message. A crucial component is XRP. My skin crawls simply thinking about that. I adore it. All right, let's switch things up. This is Ripple's Merrick. The managing director of the Middle East and Africa is this man. For those who are unaware, he has been instrumental in expanding the use of Ripple XRP and RLUSD in that region of the world. In other developments, Hidden Road was purchased by Ripple last month. With 300 institutional users, Hidden Road, now known as Ripple Prime, clears $3 trillion in transactions annually across markets. Seeing that 10 to 12 billion are cleared daily through this is significant. At that point, the XRP system begins to evolve. That sum of money is enormous. Every day, you contribute G Treasury. That amounts to $34 billion. You sum them up. We're approaching $50 billion with just these two businesses. Remember that G Treasury collaborates with over 1,000 different companies. The other businesses in the same industry feel compelled to follow suit, and now they will all be attempting to provide the best services since those business clients may use their money whenever they want, every day of the year, and earn interest on it. Ripple has the best services, as we already know. As we like to do on this podcast, let me give you a bit more context. Ripple Prime and Ripple's acquisition of Hidden Road are significant advancements. The first cryptocurrency startup to own and operate a worldwide multi-asset prime broker, Ripple can now provide services to hundreds of institutional clients and resolve trillions of dollars worth of transactions across various marketplaces annually. When it comes to institutional access and usage, the magnitude of Ripple's technology and its primary assets, XRP and RLUSD, truly support them. Institutions can trade, clear, and settle digital assets, derivatives, and fixed income centrally with Ripple's Prime. 90% of the global FX market is covered by Ripple, and we know that around $7.5 trillion is exchanged daily. You start to believe that using blockchain technology makes sense for these items. We are all aware of the high value of futures contracts and swaps, right? What was the price of $1 quadrillion? I take it they'll be on blockchain. Naturally, when will that take place? I have faith in the future. Because operations are made simpler, more mainstream financial actors are drawn to cryptocurrency. Discusses the security and applications of XRP and RLUSD. We've discussed this extensively already. However, if you wish to halt me, please watch the movie and read this. I want to discuss something else. The question now is, what is the most expensive price of XRP? Let's get started, but this could have been a standalone film. We must examine the average price of XRP at various amounts in order to determine it. Stated differently, it may be greater in the evening and lower in the morning. You receive the average of the current pricing. Don't exceed these modest projections of 33.6 billion annually. They believe that with all the ETFs in the US have the potential to grow to $33 billion over the course of the next year. That sum of money is enormous. Recall that JP Morgan predicted it may be between 3 and 8 billion, and it ended up being between 4 and 8 billion. These occurrences are obviously far more significant than what JP Morgan claims will occur. Additionally, bear in mind that banks must make extremely cautious forecasts. If they mentioned 30 billion or something similar, the market would go crazy. I just want you to keep that in mind so you understand. Regarding a reasonable estimate for the price of XRP is $33.6 billion. The ones that are 5x, 10x, 20, 40, 60, and 1. Everyone from Us.Thankx is present. A $225 XRP might transform the lives of countless people. If XRP is worth $100 or $200, I think it can reach $500. Reaching 1,000 is feasible. It could even reach even greater heights. Many of us believe that. Many of us will be waiting for that. And excellent. Many people would spend at least $90 to $100. When Ethereum dropped from something to $90 or $100, many individuals dumped their holdings. After that, it reached $3, $4, or nearly $5,000. Having stated that, I won't move too fast in this situation. I'm going to unwind. After weighing the available information, I will determine what is best for my family. According to Chad, the only way to slow down the asset manager in this new world of ETFs is for the price of XRP to increase. Therefore, these money managers will purchase all of the excess XRP available if the price remains unchanged. Remember that there are currently only roughly 3 billion XRP available for purchase on platforms. Many of these ETF providers have been visiting dark pools and over-the-counter desks, which has caused problems. Another thing that comes to mind is the laws and regulations of the United States. A provision of the current Clarity Act states that Ripple should hold fewer than 20% of the total amount of XRP. At the moment, Ripple has roughly 45%. You begin to question whether other companies are entitled to a portion of that money. David Schwartz wrote a piece about that. According to him, the wallet's or. Before it is opened, a portion of the escrow may be sold. You begin to question whether JP Morgan or BlackRock have already taken any action. Will these ETF producers approach Ripple and say, hey, let's figure something out? Does Ripple ever ask itself, why am I selling you this much XRP? Proceed to purchase it from the exchange.